wrong for turning down a family vacation because I would have to pay and my sister wouldn't? My 28 female parents are organizing a family holiday abroad and have approached me stating that they will be paying for my sister's 30 female holiday but not mine. This is because to them, I can afford it and she cannot. And this is the only way we would all be able to go on vacation together. They can't afford to pay for both of us. They said that it's their money and they can do as they wish with it and that I am in a good spot financially right now and my sister isn't. If I ever find myself in a bad spot, they will help me out. But to me, it's not that simple. I am more financially stable than my sister because I have chosen to live in a cheaper area despite being further away from my friends, followed a career path where financial security is guaranteed, and always lived well within my means. Whereas my sister has followed a career path which is unfair, I admit, underpaid, insisted on living close to her friends despite the high rent, and likes to spend more money on her lifestyle. My parents think that I am lucky that my passion lines up with a well-paid job, and my sister is unlucky that her passion does not. So my sister deserves more help due to that bad luck. They also think that I am lucky to have a partner that I can move away with to a cheaper area, and my sister, who doesn't currently have a serious partner, is unlucky in that respect, so it would be a greater deal to move away from her friends and therefore, again, unlucky. Again, they insist if the tables turn around and our fortunes are reversed, they would help me out. Am I the asshole for refusing this holiday and choosing one with my friends at the same time instead? If the money thing wasn't there, I probably would have chosen the family holiday. But I just feel like my frugal decisions are now being punished and that this is unfair. I'm not angling for my parents to pay for me too, and I also feel bad for kind of suggesting indirectly my sister pay for hers, but I still feel really hard done that my sister is being coddled and the fact that she spends quite a lot on a day-to-day basis, much more than me, is being rewarded. My parents and sister think I'm being money hungry and not very compassionate to my sister's unlucky love life and underpaid profession. This is stopping us from going on a vacation with all four of us, which is upsetting my parents. Am I wrong for pretending to be a sugar baby to humiliate someone? I, a 31 female, recently moved into my boyfriend's 42 male house. We've been together 5 years. I'm friendly with almost all of his friends except for his best friend's girlfriend who hates me. I'll call her L. L thinks I'm a gold digger. My boyfriend does make a lot more money than me, but I have a decent job, work hard, and I make okay money. Part of the reason she thinks this about me might be because we've got different backgrounds. He and most of his friends grew up wealthy and I grew up working class. She's forever making little digs at my background. I'm from a poor part of the country with a strong accent and trying to pass it off as banter. For the record, I banter with my boyfriend all the time about our backgrounds. She doesn't do this in front of my boyfriend, and I've never really brought it up with him except for in passing because I just find it funny. Since I moved in with him, she's made non-stop comments to me about how I must be so happy I've bagged him because I never have been able to live in a place like this otherwise. She sounds like she wants your man, if I'm being honest. She wants to be you. That's the problem. People who talk like that are jealous people. Like, why does she care? Because she wants to be you. When people care that much, that means they are jealous. A few weeks ago, she even told me she was expecting me to announce a pregnancy to lock him in. I can't have children, but she doesn't know that. When she said that, it got to the point that it was no longer funny to me, so instead of laughing it off like I normally do, I decided I'd just play along. The next time she made a comment, I just smiled and placed a hand on my stomach. She looked shocked, but didn't say anything. A little later on, she commented on how stressful it must be to not have a full-time job. So I just said something like, well, I won't need to worry about that soon, and kind of smiled again. I'm not sure why I thought this was a good idea, but I was enjoying how angry it was making her, so I kept doing it. That's because it is a good idea. I love it. Last Friday, at a meal out with my boyfriend and a group of friends, things came to a heat. I wasn't drinking, and in the middle of the meal, she brought it up and said something like, "It's weird to see a person from your region sober." I laughed it off, but then she kept asking why I wasn't drinking, even after I said I was on a diet. Eventually, she just blurted out, "You must be happy you're expecting Miles, but I thought you didn't want kids." I pretended to be shocked and looked over at Miles and said, "Actually, I can't have children." Literally, everyone was silent. I got up and left, and Miles followed me. She was apparently mortified. At that moment, it felt great, but on reflection, I think I might have taken it too far. I've since heard that her boyfriend is sleeping at a different friend's house, and the rest of the group aren't talking to her. I'm feeling more and more like an asshole, and I'm wondering if I should come clean and tell everyone I deliberately misled her into thinking I was pregnant. My boyfriend knows this and thinks she had it coming. So, am I the asshole? Am I wrong for requesting that my brother give me $20,000 to help me pay for my wedding since he makes a lot more money than me? I, 23 female, am engaged to my fiancé, 27 male. I am also the mother to my daughter, 4. I wasn't able to go to university full-time since I was raising my daughter. However, I am currently studying history online, where I will hopefully be able to become a history teacher. Balancing studying while raising my daughter hasn't been easy. However, having my fiancé supporting the family has really helped, since my fiancé works in a research lab. We have enough money to live comfortably, but saving up money to have our dream wedding would take years. Then you don't get to have it. Or wait that long. You don't get to ask other people for their money. Like, that's why dream weddings are called the dream. My brother, 28 male, works as a hospital doctor. His wife also works as a hospital doctor, so to say they are well off would be an understatement. My brother hasn't had the same struggles of raising a child since they both don't want any children. I don't like you calling it a struggle because I feel like struggles are things that you can't control. You chose to have a child. That is on you. I don't mind the fact that they both don't have any kids, but they have been able to save a lot of money due to this. Recently, I asked my brother if he would be able to help pay for my wedding, since having him contribute to my wedding would help make it a magical moment for me. My brother offered to give me $5,000 towards my wedding, which honestly surprised me. I might be wrong here, but surely as a hospital doctor, my brother should be able to contribute more to my wedding. I told him that I'd really appreciate it if he could give me $20,000 for my wedding, since it would really mean a lot, but he refused. Oh my god, like some people have no shame. I swear, how can you ask? Oh my god. I'd be lying if I said I didn't make my annoyance with my brother clear, and I told him that his refusal to help pay for my wedding is selfish, and that if he doesn't help contribute to my wedding, then he won't be able to come, since it isn't my fault that I don't have a lot of money to fund my wedding. Yes, it's 100% your fault. 1,000%. No one forced you to have a kid. No one. You chose to do that. That's what happens. Like, consequences of your own actions. Like, how entitled do you have to be for someone else to pay for your wedding? Well, because you make so much more money than me and not making poor choices like I did, you should fund my life and my dream experiences. No, he is reaping the benefits of what he chose to do. He chose to not have kids. He chose to have a successful career, so he gets to live that lavish lifestyle. You don't. We had an argument afterwards, and I haven't been returning his calls since. The rest of my family is helping to contribute to my wedding, which makes his refusal even worse. Despite my brother's actions, my father thinks that I'm being way too harsh on my brother, and that me not inviting him to my wedding would be upsetting for him. Am I missing something here? Am I the asshole?